So I knew I wanted something, but I just didn't know what. The only thing that stays consistent is the grind. Keep on grinding. Anybody who's watching this channel is well aware that this happens often, right? We wake up and we think, you know what, I think I want this. And then we either go out and buy it, or we do what I do and meditate on it for a very long time. Now, this particular purchase I meditated on for probably about a good 6 months. I started getting a hankering for something about 6 months ago, but I meditated on it because I didn't want to go arbitrarily spending money. Personally, no matter how much money you have, I think it's a good idea to really meditate on something and imagine yourself with it in advance. I even went out of the way to purchase a cheap knockoff from Amazon.com that I will leave in the link of the description so you guys can check it out in case you're interested in checking out a bracelet similar to the one that we're going to be discussing in this video. It's just browsing, looking at prices, and I thought, Joe, you know what? It's too expensive. I don't want to do it. I'm going back and forth thinking, oh, it's not too expensive. You can do it. You know how it is if you meditate on things, right? You really want to do that to prevent any buyer's remorse, because when it comes to buyer's remorse, comes to upgrading on different purchases, when it comes to all these types of things, what's going on, bro? There's so much room for error. First, you want a 5.5 millimeter, then you want a 6.5 millimeter, and all this different stuff. So you got to meditate on it. Anyway, the point is that I'm checking out all these sites, I'm looking around, and I knew that I wanted something, didn't know what. I knew that I wanted it to be durable. I knew I wanted it to be an everyday wear. I knew that I wanted it to be something that I wouldn't really have to worry about. I can put it on, leave it on forever. For example, I have two 14-karat gold chains here. They are between 5 and 5.5 millimeters. I wear them every single day. If you guys have seen my everyday wear videos, I am pretty much always talking about these. I knew that I wanted something everyday wear, strong, durable, wouldn't have to worry about banging it around, especially since it's gonna be on your wrist, right? And so while I'm looking around, of course, I'm gonna be checking out Daniel Jewelry Inc. So went on his website, checked out what I wanted. I was looking for something understated, very understated, because, you know, for an everyday wear, you might want to be a little bit more understated, maybe not show too much. I'm 5'6", 170 pounds right now, I believe. I'm not too big of a guy, don't need too big of a chain, you know what I mean? I'm on the website, it's like 1 in the morning, I close the phone and I'm like, all right, I'm done thinking about it. I'm not gonna think about it for the rest of the next couple of days. Just let everything that I've found so far soak in. The very next day, I got a text, David from Daniel Jewelry Inc. Let me just go out of my way to let you guys know that this guy, ever since I met him, he's been such a fantastic human being, and that's why I've always told you guys, even in the interview that we did with David to talk about his company, about his life, about his journey into the business, to explain why he is the craftsman that he is and why you can feel confident with his purchases. I told you guys how much I admire him and how much of a great person he is in his heart. Beautiful thing to be able to be such an outstanding human being. It's more rare these days to find that. David, being the outstanding human being that he was simply texting me to say hello. That means a lot to me. We've texted each other back and forth for months. As you guys know, I live in Mexico now, so I frequent Mexico. So David's hit me up and be like, hey, how's Mexico doing? How's the family? And I'll do the same for him, just to make sure that he's doing okay and that everything is all right. So I'm like, yeah, everything's great. I'm over here in the United States for a couple of weeks, and I'll be here for a little while. And I was actually on your website the night before. And he's like, oh, so you're checking out the website. And at the end of the conversation, I just knew, all right, this was it. I'm on his website the night before. He's texted me to say hello. This is it. Let me just go ahead and make a purchase. So let's get into what I ended up purchasing and why. This, my friends, is a 6 millimeter, 7-inch Miami Cuban link in 10-karat gold. Now, the reason I purchased these specific specs are, number one, I wanted it to be an everyday wear, and so I wanted it to be on the smaller end of the spectrum. 6 millimeters is not something that you kind of normally see men wearing, but again, I'm a smaller person. I wanted it to be understated. I wanted it to be an everyday wear, so all of those things pointed to me feeling comfortable with a 6 millimeter. I don't want to stand out in a crowd. I want it to be tasteful, elegant, and so I want it to be on the smaller end of the spectrum. And I got to be honest with you, wearing this thing, even though it's at a 6 millimeter, It is such a beautiful, showy piece. It's the size that I would want, but it actually has so much more presence than I would ever have expected. So I'm absurdly happy. I can't be even more happy. I decided to get this in 10 karat gold, and the reason being is I'm gonna be training with this. If you guys know me, I have a bodybuilding channel as well as this jewelry channel and as well as my travel channel. I'm gonna be wearing this 24/7. From the bed to the shower to the training room, over and over and over, every single day, same routine. I'm gonna be beating this thing up. I'm gonna be doing instruction work in this. I'm gonna be doing whatever I do, I'm going to be doing in this. It will not leave my wrist. I don't wanna exercise this box lock too much, even though I'm sure it is perfectly fine to do. I would just prefer not to do it. And it's an everyday wear. It's something I want all the time. So I actually just double checked with David. Hey David, what do you think? Do you think 10 or 14 karat would be good? For an everyday wear, I'm looking for durability. And even though I knew the answer, he told me straight off the bat, 10 karat is the way to go. 10 karat, okay, I got that down. 6mm, got that down. And the next thing that I was a little bit worried about was, all right, well, I'm only gonna be in the United States for a very short period of time before I head back to Mexico. How am I gonna actually get the product before I leave? David took care of that too. I believe that from the time I ordered it to the time I got it was less than 2 days. Next day air, in my hands, at my front door. Absolutely amazing. And what makes it even more incredible is the fact that he had to cut this down to my size. It was originally a 7.5 inch, but he ended up cutting it down to 7 inches. And I still had it at my door, in my hand, on my wrist, in about less than 2 days. I'm super impressed, and that goes to show the type of quality customer care that you're receiving when you purchase from Daniel Jewelry Inc. Like I said in the beginning of this video, David is a beautiful heart. He's a beautiful person. There's something about him, and I think it's his genuineness that resonates when you speak to him, when you ask him questions about his product, about his business. He's not just a businessman, he's looking to make relationships, and that's what I love. David's customer service has been fantastic. Again, he got me this item in less than 2 days, and don't think that this is going to be, oh, just because, you know, it's me. Absolutely not. It's not just because I know him. It's not just because we communicate. It's because he cares about the people he deals with. He had the chain in stock, cut and pasted, and sent it my way. Now keep in mind, if you order something from him that's not in stock, it will take a little bit longer. But because this was in stock, he was able to get it out to me almost right away. So I just want to give a big shout out to David from Daniel Jewelry Inc. I want to let you guys know that if you have any doubts for any reason, my experiences have only been amazing. And I'm not just talking about the beautiful jewelry that you can purchase from him. What I'm talking about is from David himself. When David makes you something, because handmade Cubans, right? When he makes you something, he puts his heart, he puts his mind, he puts his passion and love into it. It's amazing to see how people progress. You know, he started off as a young child working in his dad's shop, and now he's over here flying planes, getting weighed down by his chains. You guys like that? Now this guy's a pilot, he's a family man, he's a business owner. Beautiful, beautiful things coming from this beautiful human being. So David, thank you so much. Big shout out to you. Thank you for getting me this so quickly. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to wear this thing every day for the rest of my life. Take care, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all at the next video.